Okay, so I'm in here recording drums for the upcoming Rat Piss demo, which hopefully will be out before the end of the month, maybe. It's already April 20th, so it's kind of hard to say. If it's not out before the end of the month, it'll probably be out in May. And if you guys don't know about Rat Piss, it's a brand new band that includes myself as well as my lovely partner, Erin. It's actually her brainchild. She's the one who's she writes all the music, basically. She writes all the riffs, she writes all the lyrics. I just kind of put the drums behind it. We're currently looking for a guitarist. So that's what I'm up to right now. As you can see, I got the little setup here ready for recording drums, although the mic just fell down. It got interrupted very briefly. But I guess in the world at large, let me just fix this here really quick. Yeah, in the world at large, what's going on? Of course, COVID-19. I mean, you can't fucking get away from it these days, can you? It's all over the news. It's all anyone's ever fucking talking about. And it sucks because I feel so trapped in my own house. Even though I'm able to still come here to the jam space, I still have my job, thankfully, because my job got declared essential. I'm really lucky because, you know, that my partner and my roommate both lost their jobs, which fucking sucks. So I do feel lucky to be in the position that I'm in, but at the same time, I'm also wondering what's going to happen to the music industry at large, because it's been, of course, something that has been very impacted by this. You know, I miss going out to bars with my friends, I miss going to local shows, I miss going to big shows too, like from touring acts, right? Like, I don't remember the last touring band I actually saw. It's been that long. It might have even been last year. Well, okay, technically the last touring band that I saw was Gorod, but I opened for them, and that was back in February. So that was, 2 months ago, which is quite a while to go without seeing anything. But it's probably in everyone's best interest to not be touring right now, given the current situation of the world. But we're going to see probably a lot of tours in 2021, maybe towards the end of this year, hopefully, for these artists who, they have new records that are being put out into the ether, or they're holding on to their albums and not releasing anything because they want to be able to tour behind it. For example, just a couple days ago, the Black Dahlia Murder, they unleashed their new album, Verminous, which I've listened to today. It's quite good. And it sucks because they're not able to tour behind that right now. And when the time comes where touring is, again, a viable thing, are they going to be touring behind that album, or are they just going to say fuck it and go back to the studio, work on something else, and then try and release that? Like, the Black Dahlia Murder is one of the hardest working metal bands in the metal music industry right now, at least when it comes to these, like, big name or, like, mid-level touring acts. But, yeah, it just kind of sucks because it feels like so much of, at least on a personal level, a lot of my things that I like doing, personal favorite activities like going to shows, getting into that mosh pit, having that crowd experience, seeing some of my favorite bands that I grew up listening to, all of a sudden that's no longer a thing. Like, I'm happy I got to see as many bands as I did before this happened, but there wasn't going to be a Heavy Montreal this year anyways, but there definitely isn't going to be anything now. I mean, no Heavy Montreal, although that doesn't really count for cancellations regarding COVID-19, but Jazz Fest got canceled, Rock Fest, I mean, that basically doesn't exist anymore. And there was the other one, what was the other big festival that I think got canceled? No Jazz Fest, no Heavy Montreal. There's the one with the weird name, the big pop festival. I don't know if that got canceled yet, but I mean, if it takes place this summer, it's probably going to have very low attendance if it even goes ahead. So it's just a weird time right now. As you probably saw in the last video I uploaded, there's like crazy fucking parades of trucks and emergency service vehicles going around the city trying to like instill morale into people who are still working these essential jobs. And I know that's what they were doing because in St. John's, Newfoundland, I saw a video of all of the ships in the harbor doing exactly the same thing. And it was such a weird, ominous sound, There's all those videos floating around the internet of people claiming that they're hearing trumpets blaring from the sky. And at first, me and Aaron, we were like recording stuff in our living room, and we heard this shit going on, and we were like, are these doomsday trumpets? Is it the actual end of the world? Is this coming right now? So we put on our boots and our coats, and we ran outside and went down the road, and we actually saw the parade of service vehicles driving around. So that was fairly interesting. But yeah, I guess that's all I have to say about COVID-19 for right now. We've been locked up for, I don't know, a month and a half at this point. Well, just around a month, a little bit over a month. I myself actually got sick once, although I don't think it was from that. I think it was actually just from allergies, because it's just like, you know, runny nose and like a sore throat, which happens in the spring because of pollen and shit like that. So I'm pretty sure it wasn't COVID-19, but who fucking knows? Because there are people who've reported weird-ass symptoms from, like, diarrhea to not being able to taste anything. Just weird shit like that, and, like, they don't have any other major symptoms, like fever or, like, a dry cough or anything like that, and they still test positive. So, I mean, who really knows, right? But I feel fine as of right now. I just wish that this whole situation wasn't a thing. We'll see where we end up in a month from now. Till next time. Peace out.